This is about the time where you just insert right now the hypest song in your mind that I think that you can play. Like you just insert like maximum hype right now. Like insert it into your brains. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, how you guys doing today? I'm so excited. We're gonna watch the zombies panel here in about 15 minutes, I believe. What's up, Lala? Thank you for being here. Battleground, good to see you, dude. Lance, Foxy, welcome back. Skyboard, been a minute. Good to see you, dude. I hope you guys are excited as I am to get our hands on some, dude. I have a feeling like that we're gonna see some good shit today, dude. Like I've got a feeling that we're gonna see gameplay on one of the new maps. That's what I personally think. But we're gonna play some. Let's play a little bit of Black Ops 3 for a little bit. What's up, Porku? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. It is hype, Skyboard. It's awesome, dude. We're gonna be watching this panel all together, and it'll be fun, dude. Like it. And see, me, I'm the type of person where I wouldn't be able to watch like me right now. I'd have to be like that couple seconds ahead. So if you're here right now, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm sure that my jaw will be dropped multiple times today. Here, what do we got popping? What do we got popping? Well, we got 15 minutes. We'll do like a little first rumor. Let's see. We'll just hit it with some wall power. And, yeah, basically that's about it. Wall power. I mean, I'm not going to be going too far, so, but I mean, we'll go on and hit it with the bullet boost as well. Where's that? Where's that juice at? Alright, cool. We'll just go hit it with a little first rumor for now on, like, on Baruch. Why not? It sounds like a good one. Sounds like a good one. Alright, cool, dude. So, yeah, we'll be hanging out. We got 15 minutes until we get the trailer. Okay, guys, or not the trailer, but at least one trailer. I think we'll at least get one, like, more of a trailer, you know what I mean? Definitely don't forget to leave a like, though, on your guys' way in. Hit a fat thumbs up on the stream. Dude, I'm excited, bro. Not gonna be not too long. I've got the stream ready to click right here. It's like on a Facebook. I don't know if the YouTube one is, or if they're doing the zombies on YouTube as well, but it appears that this one is on Facebook. Or at least that's where it's definitely gonna be. I checked the Facebook stream and the E3 YouTube stream were not the same, so I'm just gonna go with the Facebook stream. That's the one. Aaron. I've got that one ready to go.
The power needs
Let
to
me
be
make
turned
sure that we have a screen capture ready. Yeah, okay, we're all good. Cool. Cool beans, dude. I've been good, Skyborg. How have you been, my brother? How have you been doing? We have an audio delay. I think we might have a small one. Let me just go on and fix it. What's up, TR? How you doing, brother, man? It's good to see you, dude. How you guys doing, dudes? Welcome in. Definitely, again, don't forget to hit that blue like button, the thumbs up button on your guys' way in. And I'm excited, yo. We're gonna see some good shit today, boys. And I haven't been streaming much of the E3 just because, like, I thought about it, but I was, like, kind of just enjoying it on my own. But there's no way that, like, I'm gonna not stream this and react with this with you dudes, because I assume we're gonna get a nice amount of stuff. Got back from Iraq yesterday, dude. I hope that, if it was for service, well, thank you for your service, Skyborg. Greatly appreciate it, dude. And welcome back. It's good to see you, dude. I hope that, I imagine that, you probably weren't there on the best of terms, but I hope that you had a good time. Hey, Foxy, you're a legend, dude. Thank you, man. I've seen you supporting a lot, like, since you found the channel, so I believe that. I believe you when you say that, and thank you, my dude, for your support recently. It was good? That's good to hear, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome, possum. Cool. Perkaholic. Oh, wait. Oh, we're fine. I'm just stuck with the 1911. At least for now. Yeah, we'll probably still be alive when the panel is ready to go anyways. It's only like 10 minutes. What's up, Techno? How you doing tonight, homegirl? It's great to see you. Yeah, we've only got 10 minutes anyways. I definitely should. I think I did, like around 16 without Mega Gobble Guns on in this map before. So with Megas, I imagine a lot easier. Was it 16? I'm trying to remember. Why was I even doing that, dude? I can't even remember why I was doing it, but I was like for a couple of days like strictly doing Varrock starting room. Maybe I think I just wanted to do it, honestly. I was like just sitting in here doing starting room challenges like in this map over and over. Was I going for like a record or something? I don't think I was streaming it. I can't even remember. I'm doing good, Techno. I'm super excited that we're about to get like a plethora of BO4 info, and I wanted to stream my reaction. I know that I'm not gonna pull any new viewers with this or anything, but I know like all the bigger guys are streaming it as well. So I just wanted to hang out with some of you guys who you know like to watch me play zombies and stuff like that, and rock out with this information here in a bit. Working on some XP, I guess, right now. Did I pop a Perkaholic? Yeah, I'm just gonna wind up dashboarding. We got 10 minutes left. What's up, Baron? Are you gonna stream the panel? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna be watching the panel here on our stream together as a squad. So the panel, yeah, you'll be able to watch it here. I'm very excited, Foxy. I can't, like, honestly, dude. I love all video games, dude, and I'm really, like, you know, I'm very open-minded about these other versions of zombies, and I thoroughly enjoyed Infinite Warfare zombies, and I like World War II zombies a lot. I must say I don't have, like, the same passion or vibe for it that I did at IW. It's just not, like, I don't know, it's just not the same. It's definitely not the same, but you know what I mean. I'm not as big into that one, but I do appreciate them for what they are. But goddamn, I'd be a liar if I just can't wait for Treyarch to be back, dude. I just can't wait. And just the fact that we're gonna find out today probably more about the 4th map. We'll find out, though. We'll find out. We're only 1 like away from 5 if you guys are holding off on that. Holding off on the like button. I've been having a serious issue where I keep having to like people's streams after I've already liked them. Like, I will literally go to someone's stream, leave a like hop over to someone else's stream, leave a like, and go back to the first person's stream to hang out for a bit, and then I'll have to like the stream again, dude. Do you guys have that issue, or is that, like, just me? Black Ops 1 had, so, I think BO3 had mine. It's just, like, way more in-depth to me, and, like, I love BO1. BO1 was great for, like, just survival maps and stuff like that, but the depth of BO3 is just insane, dude. Like, I love the Easter eggs, all the mini quests that are on the map. Besides Rev, I really think Rev was a bad map. That's one map I won't stand up for and say, oh, it's got, like, some good features, but overall, it's not a good map. All the other maps are good. Like, really, like, even though people don't like Zetsubo, I would be able to argue that it is a good map. I won't really, you know, do that too much right now, but I could at least do a supporting argument that it is a good map.
Ammo to the max, yeah.
Ammo to the max, yeah. They're nice. Let's see, what do we got? We got about 7 minutes here. Actually,
I get paid double for my.
Let's just go on and get ready, boys. Go on dashboard. Are you gonna? I probably won't play Battlefield 5, honestly, dude. Like, I played Battlefield 1, and I do agree, like, the multiplayer is really good. It is good, and that it's coming out at a really bad time for me. Black Ops 4 is going to be way more time consuming than, like, Black Ops 3 was, you know, with all the not even to mention, like, once I beat all the Easter eggs finally, I'm actually going to be very excited to play Blackout. Like, BO4 and then Red Dead comes out in the same month. As you guys can see, you guys can tell what map I like. Not Blundell.
We have one more.
This is
clip
not
for you guys,
Blundell.
that
Okay, one more thing.
Yeah, this is like a little behind-the-scenes peek at sort of this juxtaposing.
Let me know if it's too loud or anything like that, and we'll just sit back,
David
relax, and we'll see what these do. This is the samurai game. Let me know if it's too loud.
That you saw in the gameplay demo that we did.
I'm not going to be talking too much during the zombies panel. I'm going to let everyone listen. I'll try my best to save all my thoughts to the end. Instead of being like, oh my god,
this is from,
while they're like trying to explain what they just showed, even though no promises.
Cut here in a second to see David doing.
What's up, Troy? How you doing, dude? Good to see you, my man.
Stage at Sucker Punch.
Hey, how's the volume, dudes? It's all good. What's up, Robert's in the house, my dude? How you doing? Good to see you, Robert. Yeah, Evil Mist, good to see you, dude.
Kicked, so this is a good one. So.
Oh, we're only 4 likes away from 10. If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up.
Oh, jeez. That's our animation director. So taking one for the team.
Yeah, this is not. This is.
That's amazing. Well, again. Oh, that's side by side. Yeah.
This is Shino Numa. Huh? What's up, Tarts? How you doing, brother?
It's gonna be so cool when all these are all chained together.
Yeah, we can't wait till I actually let you play it, Jeff. So.
Oh. In time.
These dudes are
no, I gotta say this is.
But
it's so exciting because
he's just like
across Worldwide Studios.
Can't wait for you to play it.
Just continue to keep pushing in.
Just like and
I feel like this is such a evolution of the types of games Sucker Punch has done. Looks so majestic and beautiful. What do you guys think? It looks pretty good, right?
All right, so no one said anything about the volume.
I know there's lots of hard work ahead.
It's about the BO4 panel.
I cannot wait to get a chance
to play
panel
that I imagine we've all been waiting for. I've been waiting for this for a bit. I'm excited to finally get it. We'll be getting it in about 4 minutes. Bunch of zombies information. This is just like beforehand what they're doing over here. And then we'll be moving over to zombies here. Oh, there goes the volume. We got a nice little tune going. But definitely heroic shit right now. Oh, what's that crackle? Oh, is that the trailer? They should take that noise out of the trailer. Not pleasant.
Coming up, Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
In the E3 Coliseum? Coincidence? I think we're gonna see some good shits, boys. The volume just cut out. What happened here? What happened? What happened, dude? My internet good? I'm still right? This live video has ended. No, what the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, is this it?
It fits the situation so well, so we wanted to kind of mimic that as much as we could.
Oh, Spider-Man, bitch.
I'm glad that you brought up Batman, because that was something that I clearly felt when I was in a lot of combat sequences. Yeah. So how are you guys kind of addressing the comparisons? Because, I mean, it feels like even down to, like, when you hit the last enemy in a sequence that kind of...
Y'all got me effed up. They will start a new one soon. This ain't it, dude. This is the link everyone's giving out. Is this like a troll fest, dude? What's going on here? The fuck? They know we don't want Spider-Man, dude. Ain't come here for that. Here we go. That's what I want right there. That one that says Black Ops 4. Hey, Skyborg with the $2 holla says, there we go. We're where we want to be. Alright, cool. Much love, Skyborg. Let's get some hype in the chat for that boy Skyborg coming in with the $2 donation. Man, much love, brother. I appreciate that. Here, there we go. Perfect. That's what we want. We're here, boys. We are here. We're out here. Hey, there it is, dude. Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you. I heard it. I don't know if it popped up on screen. I'm not sure if notifications go off while I have this menu up, but definitely put some hype in the chat for my boy Skyboard. Much love, brother, man. I appreciate that a ton, man. Yeah, I'm good to turn off my Xbox now, huh? We might play some zombies after this. We might play some. I think we've got like 45 minutes to hang out and watch this shit. So, oh fuck, I know. Okay. Got a wired one now. I can play Realm Royale without scrubbing out too hard. Much love though, Skyboard, for that donation, man. $2, make me holler. And now we just wait, dudes. Go get a drink, go get a snack if you're Or smoke, you know, if that's what you do. And we're about to get some good shit, bro. Oh, man, I can't wait. The giant, dude, Robert, that map is garbo, dude. Okay, it's not a bad map. I don't like that map because, and I didn't know you had that game on Xbox, honestly. But, I just don't like the giant, man. I played it. It's not that I don't like the map. I'm burnt out of playing the map so much. Like, after I played it, when it came out on BO3, that was like the end of the career for Darius for me, dude. They really should have waited, well, I guess they did wait out BO2 to not put Darius, but you know what I mean? It's just like, after I played it, the giant, dude, I'm just like, yeah, I'm kind of over this. They got some good music going. We should be starting up any minute, or any second, really.
Welcome back to the Coliseum. That's right. We got an awesome afternoon for you guys. You know, amazing games coming on stage to share some stuff with you. We've got Call of Duty right now. We've got Spider-Man coming up a little bit later. Tonight we've got the director of Avengers, Joe Russo, here with Donald Mustard, Fortnite, and then this evening we've got an awesome performance of some of the score of God of War. So lots of great stuff. Thanks for coming to the Coliseum. Right now,
did they show about
we're going to move on to Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
And where's that Z word?
Many people with their Black Ops hats. So clearly you guys have probably already been to the booth, played it. We're going to talk about something that's not at the booth. We're going to talk about zombies.
Yes!
I hope that's okay with you guys. So let's bring out the guys from Treyarch to talk about all things zombies.
That's what we came for. Bring my boy Blundell out. Oh, trailer!
Hey, guys.
Yeah, Jason!
Adam!
Hey, guys.
I'm trying to find like sets out there.
Jason, Adam, Brian, great to have you guys with us.
Someone said we love
zombies of zombies in Call of Duty. People don't just appreciate it; they absolutely love what you guys do with
Are
zombies.
we back?
You know, it started as this Easter egg in World at War.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to hear the history, and I know a lot of you guys have been, you know, involved in
I'm trying to open the stream back up right now. Sorry,
Where did
dude.
this come from? 'Cause, you know, at the time, Call of Duty was very much, you know, rooted in reality, and you know, following the franchise from when it started, it was, you know, very real, and it was cinematic at times, but you know, super real. So this concept of kind of just twisting things a little bit and introducing zombies, like what was the genesis of that inside the studio?
I think we're back, but I don't have my chat up.
Take away from the creation of it is that the time in the project when it was created, which was right at the very end, right at the point when teams are the most stressed. You know, everything's kind of being packed in. You're trying to lock a game down. And so subsequently, there's so many different stories about where it kind of came from, because all the different voices.
Everyone's taking credit, in other words. Yeah.
But what I can say, and again, you know, holding the torch for it at the moment.
I'm trying to watch this, but I'm trying to get my chat back up.
Look at stuff and find out different opinions on it. It came from the design department.
Okay.
And that idea was floated, and then different groups in the studio kind of came together and started adding stuff. You know,
was it like let's put zombies in the game, or let's come up with a different game mode?
Thank you guys, we're back.
To
Much love, dude.
It was, you know, looking at the assets they had. I think it was Pelelu.
Thank you for being
an explosion with these kind of soldiers stumbling around the place. And the comment was they look like zombies. You know, so it's like use that animation, kind of bring that in, and then kind of different groups, different areas. You know, be it sound or animation.
I fell a second behind. Yeah, let me just refresh that real quick. Sorry, dude. I want to make sure we're caught back up. Not talking about anything crazy. We're all back and good. OBS just had to give out at a really bad time.
On the project at that point in time, but I would have said that as well.
Sorry, dude.
And it's just so different. And you know, you said it's one thing to
have good now.
An Easter egg, right, or a zombie that shows up in a level or something. But this was, you know, like a new game mode. The idea of waves, of sort of, you know, that whole idea. I mean, Adam, you were obviously involved in, you know, animation and thinking about, you know, what this was going to be. But the game mode and that concept of these waves, like where did that come from?
It was So as it's been told to me, it was that idea of kind of tower defense.
Yeah.
The idea of tower defense games that were very
That's
popular.
True. I think you're right. I do remember that.
On flash games at the
yep,
time.
Exactly. Desktop tower defense.
And that's where, you know, being able to kind of jump in there and then use 3D assets and a first-person experience for tower defense was very novel. And, you know, the big kind of love of zombies hadn't really caught steam. So we were one of the first to be there, you know, doing the kind of zombie material. But it was so out of left field that the part of the conversation with Activision was, okay.
Look, they got Samantha in the background, dude, with the snow globe.
Oh, yeah.
And I think, to be honest,
what's up, gaming with Sugina?
Success was due to that. Because then it became the kind of people's game. It was the people's mode. Rather than if we'd promoted it and marketed it.
I remember it because we were doing an episode of TV show, and it was, I think it was like the week before launch or something, and then we just sort of hinted at this other thing, and I think everyone online was like, what are they talking about? Because you're right, it was pretty hidden. Like, how, was it close to not happening?
Absolutely. I mean, there was, we had to put it in front of certain Activision executives. And it was
unnamed Activision.
It was done in a kind of closed room. I mean, I've told this story before, but it's put in this kind of closed room where we'd bring an executive in and say, okay, play this, and then, you know, we don't need to do this, you can walk away.
Right.
And then we'd get emails back that would say, I got to round 20.
Right.
You know, I got to round 25. So these executives were like getting competitive about it. That's when we kind of knew that we had to kind of put it in. But it was, again, just to kind of go back, it was the fact that everyone in the studio started giving more and more time on top of the job they were already doing, adding things in from the different disciplines to make this thing come to life.
I remember being around the studio, and they said there was this energy, I think, that everyone was playing. I mean, Adam, you've been on this project for a long time over the years. Was there... I mean, I assume it created an energy that was just so different. And, you know, and again, this was Call of Duty, you know, after many years of making, you know, amazing games. But, you know, it's like, which war do you depict next? How do you sort of, you know, and it was a
flog.
Right? Absolutely. Even now, we have a lot of fun telling these new kinds of stories, new approach on telling stories. You know, it's not your typical linear, here's a story, now go play. You know, we like to set it up, show some things and not show other things. But it's how you experience the game, and you go in there and listen to the players talking, and the story unfolds that way. So it allowed us to kind of explore different ways of telling stories and developing characters and building worlds.
Yep, absolutely. And from an audio perspective, I imagine, Brian, you know, you've been such a key part of the franchise over all these years. But for you and your guys, I imagine it allows you to flex a completely different muscle.
We started, you know, Call of Duty is all about being as real as possible. So everything needs to be realistic and grounded. And
every gun records sound.
Everything, right? And then when the zombie thing happened, it was like, oh, this is new. This is something completely different. And creatively, just the mindset you have to even work on it is completely different. And so it was really refreshing, and it completely energized my entire team.
Well, and you know, as you said, it's
always play Fortnite.
It really is one where you can brainstorm, right? And I think, like, you know, when you make a traditional Call of Duty, it's kind of like, all right, here's our period and our setting, and, you know, there's within limits you can sort of do things. Where zombies, I imagine you sort of have a blank slate in terms of where you're going to do, what it's going to be every year, and, you know, sometimes I know it'll tie to the sort of fiction or time period of some of the games. Other times it's just
gonna get so juicy. They're just they're just
first created, the characters didn't have any
talking right now, and then it's gonna get all
so the
bits
community kind of took it upon themselves to
full
find
of
the story in it, even though there was very kind of bare bones of what was there.
I have the poster for the shirt he's wearing.
And then it was only a little bit later
clang,
that, you know, the audio department primarily started writing as well, writing the kind of narrative of what was kind of going on.
Yeah, I mean, really early on, we didn't have any characters speaking at all in Nocturne Toten, and then we tried to have some first-person voice in Verrect, where we had kind of a bland set of characters. But the problem was it was hard to tell who was who, and it was because there were very similar actors reading a very similar script. So one of the guys at some point said, hey, if we make characters, you know, I'll be able to tell who's who better, and that's where the original characters from Shi No Numa came from.
Yeah, because I mean, you said the mode has definitely evolved. I mean, we'll get to Black Ops 4, but it's just sort of like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, word, Robert. I've been playing Realm Royale though, dude. I played a little bit of Fortnite today, but
where these things
catch up.
Tell us about, you know, the evolution, because
I'll be doing my challenges tomorrow though.
Part of it, but then, you know, the idea of, you said, introducing, you know, characters, you know, time periods. I mean, when you track sort of the past decade of zombies, are there certain moments to you that feel like there sort of were, you know, big gates of progress?
Absolutely. I mean, you had that fundamental core, which was fantastic because, you know, I came on a little bit later on. I came on DLC 3, which was DuB in World at War.
Yeah.
And I think I've said this in the past, which was, he said, how did you feel about that? I was like, I was crapping myself. You know, it was the scariest thing I'd ever had in my professional career, which was to be given something that was so beloved by so many, and then say, okay, now make something new. And there's always that pressure to be respectful of the thing that came before and the success of it, but then also not to rest on your laurels and to go further. You know, Zombies very much has a rock and roll, anti-authority streak straight through it. You know, when you hear the kind of origin of this mode, it's been, you know, our purpose is to kind of keep that vibe alive. Yeah. And so that means kind of pushing things, testing things, taking that idea that comes at the last second and running with it. And I feel very passionate about that's how we keep Zombies fresh and how we keep it new. But you can't just kind of do that and just be pulling it out of the air every 5 seconds. So it's that combination of the rebel kind of craziness combined with a structure that you need to make sure that these professionals also can then take that and build a coherent world, right? So that's the thing that we've kept on going as we've kind of gone forward. So it's, you know, introduce new maps, introduce new ideas, take something that everyone would say.
They're just using the stuff we've already seen as feed, like background for while they talk about the.
That you all assume
I'm gonna see a ton of
change it.
No, that was always, you know, when you do DLC map packs, and I was like, it's cool for new maps, but then when you would always talk about here's what's coming for Zombies, it would just be themed in such an interesting, different way. You just immediately be like, it feels like a new game, right? And there was that freshness that I think excited a lot of the fans. That you guys were just doing something completely out there.
Well, and it's a hard thing, right? Because the fans, you guys, would say...
they're right here.
would say, you know, this is something which, you know, okay, it needs to go here next. Yeah. And there's that kind of pressure, which is, okay, delivering for the fans to keep them happy, but also sometimes taking that left turn is what they need also. So that's the delicate balance between... You know, not just trolling, but also looking to
not just trolling. He says, notice
that's how you
not just
reinvent it for a new generation.
No,
Right?
and that's part of the thing I think is the continuity, because you guys have definitely gone in a bunch of different directions with it, and it's fresh, but also as you said, people have favorites and like what happened to these characters, or go back to this setting. Adam, from your perspective in the animation team, I imagine whenever these ideas get dreamed up, it allows you guys to sort of think of completely different environments. I mean, is that sort of the Zombies what everyone wants to work on because it's so
I do. I love it. And what's fun for me is right next door is Craig's office.
Yeah.
So when Jason and Craig come out of there full of energy, I'm like, all right, what are we doing? Yeah. Let us know. Come on. And then as soon as he tells us, the animation team, we just love to go and just start to create, come up with ideas, talk with Jason, try to refine these ideas, and we're just so full of energy and excitement. Yeah.
Thank you guys for hanging out and watching this here, by the way. I appreciate it.
We get to try new techniques and new approaches to storytelling. Awesome. It's just, it's a blast.
They're just teasing right now. It's going to get
very much, kind of rock and roll anti-establishment, so allows you guys to flex a very different muscle too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just so many varied experiences across all of our maps going back to the beginning, and it's always this new challenge. Like, how are we going to do the moon? Right? There's no sound there. So it's creatively really empowering to work on.
Yeah. Are there any ideas that you sort of prototype or concepts that you sort of go down the path and you're like, yeah, this isn't working or too far? I mean, I'm sure you put it back on the shelf, but are there sort of the lost Zombies,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so Zombies, coming from the beginning, right? Zombies comes from
about that. I mean, we already know about them.
So that's always been in our kind of DNA when we look at Zombies. So if we try
to to hear something.
And maybe it doesn't work out this project, it gets put aside and then comes back. There was a DLC for World at War that never made it. Well, you look at the kind of maps in Black Ops 1, and that was the leftover bits from the DLC 4 that was never made. So sometimes we'll try an idea, sometimes it doesn't come through. Yeah. Or more the case nowadays is that we'll have more ideas than we can actually execute in the time period. Yeah. So we just say, okay, let's hold them, and then let's come back to them a little bit later on.
A lot of great ideas. Yeah.
Well,
you see him, he was like
insane.
We got a lot of them.
The years, the moon. I mean, other crazy things. Do you guys have any favorites out of the 10 years of ones that you sort of personally speak to you personally?
Shinonuma for me, just because it was the Ultimus crew and we introduced them for the first time. And if you look back, I think that map's a little underrated. It actually plays really well, but also a lot of the things in that map grew into what we have today.
What did he say? Did he say transit?
When we remastered it recently, so I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Oh no, he didn't say it. What map did he say? I didn't hear it.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I agree. The audio on that just blew my mind. Like, I loved Zombies before that, but I remember playing in that hut where you start off and you're looking out the windows and you could just hear the zombies creeping up. It drew me in. I love that map. Yeah.
I'm biased, so I'm going to say Mob of the Dead.
Yeah. You're into that.
That's just a shameless plug for Blood of the Dead right there. But for me it was, and again, one of those maps where we get to take a left turn and try something different.
Thank you, Evil.
Yeah.
And every time you do that, you never know what's going to kind of stick and what's going to work. And I just felt really happy that we got the vibe and we. It was one of the first ones where we all went out on location. So we all went down to San Francisco and recorded and captured all the textures and all this kind of fun stuff. So I felt like all the components were working in kind of tandem and kind of telling that story.
Yeah. And that movie was a lot of fun to make too.
Yeah, the movie as well. Yeah.
What movie?
Black and white and
Oh, the trailer or like the intro.
It's such a white space that you guys just every year get to kind of
movie confirmed.
Crazy. I guess with DLCs you do every
it's like, let's do Stalingrad, but let's put a huge dragon in there while we're at it. Or let's do World War I with massive robots.
Fits in the picture. I mean, is there we should talk a bit about the canon of Zombies, because you push in so many different directions. I mean, is there the official lore? I mean, how much do you track in terms of
There is the official lore. There is the official timeline that we released when we did Chronicles. So we put the huge timeline out, and that was a trip. So we had it all being kind of logged in a kind of roundabout way, a napkin here or a post-it note there. And I popped into the narrative team and said, hey guys, just got a little bit of a weekend task for you.
Exactly.
Can you just write down the entire storyline in one coherent way?
Oh my God.
I think it was like 2.5 months later to actually correlate it all and bring it all together. So yes, there's an official.
It all works somehow.
It all works, but here's the thing: in the same way in the cinematics or in the audio, sometimes it's not just the things that you tell, but the things that you
don't tell.
And that's just as much of a.
That's what I've been telling you guys, bro. Where it says seemingly.
We'll fill in at some point.
The things that they don't tell. It's the seemingly, dude. That word, man.
Favorite moments.
That word seemingly.
That comes in again.
Telling you.
Black Ops has
just what it seems like. Not what it actually is.
Bless you. My one, I'm going to go with Jeff Goldblum.
Oh yeah.
Jeff was a force of nature. So normally when you do VO recording, someone kind of goes in the booth.
What's up, Squall?
Your audio director, and they'll read the line.
You doing today, dude?
And they'll do it 3 times. Then you say, "I'll take the B take" or "I'll take the A take." Yeah. Jeff came in and we just let it run. Because he would, he'd just kind of warm in and he'd be like, yes, well, yes, the shield is quicker than the eye. And just kind of do it like a couple of times, right? And he would just go there, and then he would read the next person's lines as well. Yeah. Well, what has my wife done? Just started
That's
going
what needs to be released.
Yeah, and it was so good that we just couldn't call takes.
Yeah.
So he was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
And I'm sure from anime.
That's all. That's the guy who played Nero.
Often you've had, the characters look like those actual talents, right? Yeah. Any fun stories for you, Adam?
Well, one of the first celebrity ones that we did was with Michael Rooker.
That's right.
On Call of the Dead, and that was a lot of fun. The energy he brought there was just infectious. He took it all seriously. He brought his A performance every single time. There was times we had to be like, whoa, they're not real, but he would go in there and have this energy. Like, come here, I'm gonna get, it was so much fun to work with that guy.
Yeah, that's awesome. Brian?
I mean, my favorite's Rooker also.
Yeah.
He was amazing. But, the celebrity maps just kind of...
Guy on the far right seems kind of like...
narrative thing we were on, so...
Like super stoned, but he's like uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Now, one thing we haven't talked about, which we absolutely should, is the community that has built around zombies and Easter eggs. I mean, there's just...
Oh, they're going to talk about E4C, I bet.
Watching like Noah J or something. It's like... all these people watching his stream months after the game has come out as he's searching for something, and it's been so much fun. Tell us a bit about the zombies community, many of which are probably here today at E3. They are so passionate about this mode, and tell me sort of.
Why aren't they repping? I'd be like, what?
That, and I think the fun sort of relationship.
I don't like attention out in public.
With the community.
Yeah, well, I would say that their passion is what inspires us to do the best work of our career.
Absolutely.
It's the fact that they're so into it that drives us. It sounds cliched, but it truly is, because we feel this
that type
expectation.
of
When we see
attention.
that kind of passion, we see that level of engagement. It's like, okay, how do we go further? How do we make them something they're not expecting? And you know, those early days, a lot of those fan theories and a lot of that conversation is what got folded straight back into the storyline, right?
Absolutely. I mean, the very first Easter egg was a hidden song written by Kevin Sherwood, who works for Treyarch. And we hid it in Verruct because we made it, and it was like, oh, this is actually a pretty cool song. What can we use it for? Well, let's just put it as an Easter egg in Verruct and see how long it takes people to find it. And it was like an hour. But that was really inspiring. It's like, oh, people are into that. We should hide more stuff. And so it's kind of how, that's why we even call the quest line Easter eggs still, even though it's no longer really an Easter egg. But yeah, it's really cool watching the community discuss all these things.
Oh, why is my mic?
You know, early on websites are springing up, and now there's YouTubers everywhere. It's just amazing to be a part of.
Yeah. We've learned not to say this one will take ages, because every time we say anything like that or indicate that, oh, this is a big one, they've got it in 24 hours.
But I mean, tell me about that sort of, you know, the gamesmanship of you guys, you know, creating things, and you know, there's definitely, I think, there's a relationship with that community of sort of like, I mean, how does that work, brainstorming, like, especially Easter eggs? I mean, it's stuff that, you know, again, the hunt is part of the fun.
I try, you know.
It's all the fun.
I'll think about it in different levels or different strata to think about. Here's the easy ones that you can kind of just easily get. Then here's ones that, you know, they're probably going to have to work in a team to going to get. And then here's ones that are nigh on impossible. You know, they're not going to get these, which they then do.
Yes.
But by thinking about it in kind of different ways means that different levels of people, you know, their engagement, there's always something else. There's always another depth for them to kind of discover. But over the years, it's got more and more complicated. I started off with a computer science background and programming, so I was like, oh, I'll do the ciphers. I'll do this. You know, they've already exhausted me now. I've got nothing left now. That's all the trickiness over now. So everything's just going to be straightforward. You know, press X to.
That again, like that's why, you know, some people will play to find.
Yeah, that's they were saying no more ciphers. That's actually gonna suck, dude.
That's what's fun. Are there any Easter eggs that have not been found?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Your task is at hand.
Speak.
Can you tell us which game?
No.
Come on.
You're a dick.
Well, here's the thing. So there's a whole bunch that haven't been found, and then there's a bunch that they haven't got through it yet. But when we get into the end, so I try to have a careful relationship with the community, which is close enough but not too close.
Okay.
Because if you get too close, then you're just following what they're asking for.
Yes.
But you want to be aware. You don't want to be deaf to it. So trying to be, you know, questions that get asked and say, okay, which one? You know, where's the Easter eggs you haven't found? I like to be a little bit more separated, and then I'll have people on the team tell me, like, oh, they haven't found that one yet. I'm like, okay, excellent, okay.
But I'm just curious, like, are there dozens of things out there still, or I mean, what's
on the different ones? There's, you know, as little as kind of like a handful up to a couple of handfuls.
Oh my god, dude.
So a handful. So 5, at least 5.
I didn't say how amputated the hand was.
But
it's part of my stick now is to give nondescript answers to questions.
No, look, but that's part of the fun, I guess.
Yeah.
And now, you know, when you go into something like Black Ops 4, how, you know, the Easter eggs, how big of a conversation is it about? You know, how convoluted ARG-like these things are going to be.
It's a combination, right? So you know, we'll engage with different departments, different groups, and talk about where we're hiding things. You know, especially now that we're telling a new story. We've got a brand new story now in Black Ops 4. When we get into the end of the previous story, we were putting more things in ciphers, making it a lot harder because each one could give so much gold, even a small amount. Yeah. But when you go to a new story, then it's almost like a rewinding the mentality back to the beginning, where it's a bit more overt about the story because you want to get people vested and into what's going on, all this kind of stuff. So the mentality has changed as well. Yeah. Well, something like you know, a Blood of the Dead, so forth. You know, you can go a little bit more hardcore because you know there's fans who will be really wanting to know the smallest little bit. So so kind of combining it and talking about different techniques, whether it be in an animation or be it a sound Easter egg. And sound, you know, being there from the very beginning, has a very special place in my heart, the kind of sound Easter eggs or the audio ones, because that's where they first came from. Those ideas, those recordings, you know, hidden, that you press X on something that we wouldn't tell you, and then some audio log would play. Going into the new story, I like the idea that we kind of roll back to that mentality again.
Yeah, no, it's amazing what you guys have built over the years. Black Ops 4, let's talk a bit about that.
Yes.
The big reveal on May 17th, you definitely revealed a lot earlier than I think you ever have, right?
Yes.
On Zombies. It was a massive reveal of all the modes of Black Ops 4. But tell me, you know, the team approaching this.
I'll explain it in a
3 years.
Let me come back to it, Evil.
When you
I'll
start
answer
out,
it for you.
you know, on this new cycle, a couple years ago on Black Ops 4 Zombies, what was the original vision? What did you guys want to accomplish this game?
I think the big thing that we were going after was starting a new story.
Yeah.
We've been telling the previous story for 10 years, and there was so much creativity in the team. And we've been blessed with the large majority of the team who are here today were there 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, when we did Chronicles, for example, most of the people who made those maps were making them again for the remaster. And that's why, you know, when Brian's talking about, you know, the joy of going back for the sound, the designers were doing that as well, kind of going back and scripting stuff as well. So the idea's building up, and you're like, okay, could we jam this into the other storyline? Sure, we could.
Yeah.
But we kind of know where we want to go with that. And so very early on, it was like, let's not keep jamming stuff into a storyline where we know how we want to finish it and where we want to bring it to.
Yeah.
Let's start this new story.
No, they're going to finish the
now
story.
You're starting something that the audience doesn't know, you're going to reveal for the first time. But that fear and that excitement is
they're going to finish our premise story, man.
Made Zombies in the first place so exciting. It was this feeling of, who knows, you know? So taking all the things that the community had taught us and being able to start a new story with new mechanics and new ideas, that's what's driving us. That's what's keeping it exciting. That's what's keeping it fresh. And that's what's kind of keeping the team alive and excited.
So on like a 3-year dev cycle like this, you know, the Zombies always sort of have a similar cadence in terms of when you come up with the idea and execute it. I mean, you're obviously, you know, doing a lot here. So, you know, that is, I don't know, I guess I'm wondering about the evolution of the Zombies mode within sort of a 3-year cycle and prototyping it. Because obviously some of it, you know, is building off of what the team is doing on the main game too, in terms of systems and technology and everything. So you sort of have to ramp up with the main game in some ways, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely like an asset sharing. So for instance, like the weapons, the multiplayer pretty much dictates the weapon selection we're going to have for the map. And then we'll highlight a handful of them and say, these are the special weapons or these are the wonder weapons or whatever that's going to be. But then because the Zombies mode has grown so much, it's turned to a point now where it has its own kind of feature list where we're talking about its own game. Yeah, so it's before it was just like, hey, what bits do you have left over? Can we borrow some? And now it's kind of like, we want this. You know, there you go. So,
and I think even probably, you know, animation-wise, I mean, you get, you know, we saw from the reveal, I mean, massive cutscenes, and new content, and I mean, this is for
New
the team, I'm
characters.
sure, is a huge part of what you guys do every year now.
Absolutely, absolutely. As a matter of fact, we were reviewing something before we came over here.
Tell us more.
What's up, Jamie?
wait, what are you doing?
Cut his mic.
Yeah. But no, but like this new crew, these new 4 are very interesting characters, and we're very excited to explore them and grow them and help them come to life and reveal more about them over time. But to me, that's very exciting, you know, because we want to explore new stories, we want to explore new ways to tell stories or what not to tell. And,
why'd you point at me when you said that?
Because we like to go, in the animation department, we like to go crazy. And Jason has to come in and tell us, like, whoa, hold on.
I killed the fun, that's what he said.
No, not at all. No. The collaboration is great, but, you know, us as animators love to just see how far we can take that. And then working with Jason and other departments, we start to wrangle that in, even complementing it with the music. You know, we partner up very early on. And how do these scenes and the audio work together? I mean, it's a real collaborative effort, and through that, it makes it a lot of fun, and we're all working together and getting the different departments and disciplines talking about things. Like, there's things that the audio guys have brought up that I thought, wow, that's a really great idea, and we would incorporate into our scenes and just keep growing the ideas together. It's really a lot of fun.
Yeah, wow. like the music videos, right? That was something, you know, the hidden track in the beginning. When we got a little bit later on, we were like, okay, what can we do with this? Let's do music videos now. Let's like tell stories now.
Exactly right.
With the music.
The one was the first music video too, because it was based on that, right?
Right. So that idea of like, okay, let's take the lyrics and then the imagery that we marry with it can then tell the community new things, right? All the way to the point where you get to, where are we going, right? Where we were like selling this kind of creepy vibe and a very different song, very different kind of performance. So again, using the kind of different disciplines, different groups to tell stories, and that's really the kind of key to it. Right?
And like I was saying earlier, what I like about it too, it's our stories aren't just about the movies anymore. It's about how much you want to engage with the story. The more you interact with it and hearing the characters talking to each other, like what they just say, and depending on what your combo is, you get more information. And I really love developing that and working that story out.
I think what's cool about it is if you want the story, you have to go find it.
Yeah.
And if you just want to slay the undead.
I was saying Evil. He looks like he's high and like he's uncomfortable about it.
Too, right?
Like he's worried about people knowing he's high.
Crazy things like Voyage of Despair. I mean, it's like I'm sure, as you said, there's stuff not on the cutting room floor. It just gets pushed off to the DLCs and things like that. How did the campaign?
Not all of it. He's like got like two different
you decided to push
vibes. I feel like it's
for launch.
Got like enthusiastic vibe and then like a. Like he's not paying attention.
When you're starting a new story off, and this kind of goes to the question that I might not have fully answered before from you, which is, in the early days, it was, okay, here's an idea, and then, okay, we got this level, let's put another idea here. And as we got further and further along, we had to plan a little bit further out, a little bit more, further out. And you get to this situation now where, when you're starting a new crew, for its success, you need to really kind of think it all the way down the line. But then also, for people who are driven by narrative and our kind of storytelling, it's also important not to tell it in order, but for it not to be timey-wimey for the sake of it, if you will.
Yeah.
So Voyage and 9 are two key points in the storyline that we told.
Okay.
But I'm not saying necessarily where they are in that storyline.
So, but it is. So it sounds there is interconnectedness.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's the part that we also want the fans to
9 is right after
So as
Voyage.
they're playing, when they're saying about you're not going to get the same line every single time, whoever's next to each other, that's going to allow them to start kind of connecting those threads.
Dude.
The timeline coming out in Chronicles was appropriate because everyone had been through that stuff.
Yeah.
This one, I would put the challenge out to the community to start making the timeline before I have to.
Let's go, dude. That is what I like to hear, dude. It's going to be a lit new story, dude.
Map.
I'm excited about that.
Right?
Yes.
Classified, let's go.
All right. Getting to the questions you guys want to hear.
Or sets.
Break it
Oh,
down.
there's that him. I think I just seen him.
Unclassified.
The clues in the title.
Yeah, I just seen sets. Dude.
It's going to be based in the Pentagon.
Yes! That's 5, dude.
And it's
this guy just gave him a shake. Was that what your guess? Okay, there's a bet. What was the bet?
Which crew then?
Oh.
Which one?
It sets like it sets. It sets.
So it's the original crew. So it's
He's baked. He said, "I love you."
So Black Ops 4 is going to have our Primus crew in there, and also our Ultimus crew and our new gang as well.
Wow. So all right, Jason.
And that's gonna set up some of the craziness that we saw in 5. Why did that happen? How did they get there? All that kind of good stuff.
What happened?
It's a wonderful style. We're kind of approaching it in a very unique way artistically.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it also kind of folds into all those kind of mechanisms that we talked about on the reveal, so the kind of custom mutations and so forth. All that stuff then works as well. So every map that we're doing all works with the challenger system and so forth.
That's too fun.
So not only is it a kind of brand new take on that part of the storyline, and obviously a joy to go back and update it and modernize it, but it's a new part in the story also.
I mean, it's just it's insane how much stuff has to.
What did they say, Squall, about what crew was going to be in there?
I mean, and this is being developed.
They said Primus, Ultimus, and new people.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole team is busying away right now. Straight after this, I've got to take these guys home because they've got to go back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
After this project.
No, and I mean, even for you guys, you've got, the entire game to sort of think about. And I mean, you stay focused primarily, I guess, on zombie stuff. But for you guys, I mean, now, it feels like zombies is a big part of what the audio and art teams are working on every year, right? I mean, how do you, because, at least and now MP obviously is big, and then Blackout and everything. But it's Zombies is so different. Does it take sort of a disproportionate amount of resources because it's so new?
That's a good question. I don't think so. The way we have our, like in the animation side, we have our teams broken up in the different subgroups. We have cinematics, AI, and player animations. So as we start to develop and design these games, we start putting the resources and the energy in the right places. So it never really feels disproportionate at all. It's just part of the game development cycle.
I've got to call out for our amazing production department that makes all this stuff work. They're the kind of unsung heroes of all this because, we have obviously our talent and our kind of energy that we're kind of going into different disciplines, but they're sitting in the background making sure all these pieces fit together. So,
let me text on that question.
Yeah,
what do you guys think?
And audio, I mean, you're doing different sort of soundscapes.
Yeah, I mean, I got to keep people from begging me to work on Zombies. That's the easy one.
All right.
Yeah, everybody loves working on it. It's just it's so much fun and it's so different. If you need to shift gears or you're not feeling creatively inspired on some other part of the game, hey, there's a Zombies task for you right here.
Well, that's a good point because I imagine even for the team, working on the same style of game for so many years, it's like, to have this fresh creative palette with Zombies every year, I think it feels like a new game. I mean, when you see those trailers for what you guys are doing this year for the 3 campaigns, it's kind of like...
It's fresh every map.
Exactly.
It's every map.
Every new map that comes out, we're like, what are we doing now? All right.
What's it going to be? And in many ways, you can do whatever you want because I feel like now, time period setting, it's like there is... Is there anything that you guys have proposed that you're like, no, this is too crazy? Like it just doesn't work?
Nope. It's I mean that's what makes it fun, right?
Yeah.
And there's very few times in a person's career where you have that opportunity.
Yeah.
As game professionals, our job is to make the project work and make it to the best of our ability. When you have a project that's so open-ended and supported by the fans so lovingly, it gives us the freedom to be able to try new things, go to new places, and that keeps us alive and fresh with the kind of creativity. And hopefully, they feel that, the community feels it. I've said it before, which is hopefully when you're playing Zombies, you can feel every discipline's love for the mode itself coming through. I'm a bit hippie in that way. I feel like if people are loving what they're doing, then you feel it on the receiving end. So that's what we endeavor to do on Zombies all the time.
Well, speaking of the community, I know we've got I think we've got a video question from a Facebook fan over at the E3 Hall that wanted to ask you something about that. So we want to take a look now at the video question from a fan on Facebook.
So my question is basically, will any of the previous Zombies lore tie in to the new game? Any of the story continuation or even references to the existing lore, since it was such a great story?
Wonderful question.
Oh, they cut him off at a bad.
That's into Blood of the Dead.
Okay.
Oh!
Blood of the Dead carries on that story. That was easy. I got away with that one.
Oh wait, no. Okay.
I thought that was going to be a hard
one.
one.
Never mind. I thought he just said Blood of the Dead connected to the new story.
Yeah, Blood is. I won't say anything more on where that fits in, but it's. Yes, it
just fits in the new game. God damn it!
I think we have
you gotta. He asked the wrong question. You gotta word that shit carefully.
Hi, I was wondering if you ever see yourself introducing Zombies into the Battle Royale mode as something.
Oh god, dude, I'm out of there, dude. I'm out, dude. I just took my headset off, dude. Literally, dude. I'm gonna bail out, dude. Oh, that was no, dude.
I'm gonna use my catch-all.
He's probably trying so hard not to laugh.
I think when they revealed, he was sort of saying pretty much everything in the world of Black Ops somehow will factor into.
Well, yeah, the kind of obviously our characters, and we showed that on our reveal.
Yeah.
Locations may also make an appearance there. So there's already kind of a certain level of it.
You just said locations may appear.
Are you?
So there's gonna be some zombie maps.
Blackout,
and Blackout.
But that's something that
we're actually staying focused all on our dedicated zombie side. We have dedicated teams for each one of these things. So the maps we're doing for launch,
Carly,
plus a DLC season coming down the road. We got more than enough to focus on in that.
There's a lot there. Now I'm sure everyone's wondering when we're gonna get more on this. It was cool, in May.
Not yet, Goku.
On these campaigns.
Hopefully,
earlier than ever.
Coming towards the end of it.
Held for kind of Comic-Con or summertime to sort of start to share about Zombies or later.
Yeah, forget what you know.
What?
There's my marketing line.
Any teases you can sort of tell us about, when we'll hear more or the next sort of phase of information on zombies?
So the next time we'll be talking, we'll be at Comic-Con.
Comic-Con, yeah.
So we're going to go to Comic-Con, be chatting there.
Yeah.
But because we knew we were going to come along today and have the chat with you, there's a couple extra little things that I thought I'd talk about.
You guys into that?
Let's go! This is the stuff,
So stick around until the end of the panel.
So we talked about maps, and we mentioned that, and obviously introduced the new storyline. And we talked about, I think, custom mutations. We talked about that a little bit. I thought I'd mention a couple of new mechanics or twists on mechanics that the audience might find interesting. So for the first time, we're going to give a choice for your starting weapon. So you get to select your starting weapon before you
Taking notes from World War II.
You'll also be able to select your own special equipment as well to kind of go into the map.
Classes.
For everything.
For everything. Wow. And then you'll also be able to select your special weapon, which you'll be able to upgrade and move through as you're kind of playing the game. And then as a final point,
yes,
you'll also be able to choose your, what we're calling perk vapors, of which there'll be over 10 different kind of perk vapors, and you'll be able to assign them into the world. So rather than having your kind of perk machines just kind of static and staying there, now players will be able to kind of choose what combination of things and how to set it up into the map to change the way the map is played and what abilities and skills they can then have. Wow. So there's a couple of mechanics there.
I was going to say, so this is definitely...
That's an exclusive for you there.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like those. That's amazing. I mean, it feels like that's going to obviously, allow so much more customization. I mean, you load out effectively when you're kind of...
And that's the kind of thing, which is when we're talking about, the most deepest customizable game we've created, that's part of it, right? Taking all the things which are kind of static or predictable and then giving the players the choice. So not only the choice for me as an individual, but if we're playing together, what's the combination of things that we're taking? And that's part of the strategy you're taking to defeat a map or get an advantage on a map as well.
Wow. All right, you guys into that? All right, well, we will see more, it sounds like, at Comic-Con about that. And got to say, an incredible reveal for Black Ops 4. I know how hard everyone at Treyarch worked to, put all that content together, an hour of stuff. And, we don't even know that much about Blackout yet. I saw Vaughn and Bunting the other day on the YouTube show, and they're like, no more hints. But I think they talked about ballistics of weapons and how, but that was about all we got. So it's amazing to see what you guys are putting together, and we can't wait to see more and play it this October. Give it up to the guys from Treyarch.
Thank you.
Black Ops 4.
Oh, no gameplay.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. We'll be right back. Check.
Oh, no. It's horrible. Oh, no.
Good stuff.
Oh, that was not all that I wanted to see. I wanted more. I wanted much more.
I think we need to look differently about the way women are represented in games. But
dude, Carly, you heard what they... That was
seeing some real
that was
progress
good.
being made.
That was a good.
10 years ago, I can't imagine seeing Aloy, for example, from...
Holy smokes. Wow. That was pretty cool. So they talked about some cool shit, dude. They talked about some... Nothing, like, too crazy, but, like, definitely some stuff I was glad to hear. So keen? Yeah, agreed. Wow, yo, that was cool. I feel like we got robbed a little bit of them just kind of bullshitting at the beginning, but at the same time, like, it was pretty good. I'm excited about what they said at the end. That's really the only thing that got me like hyped. That is exciting though, and I missed what they said about 5 and the crew. I was too busy laughing about sets. Imagine the retriever. What's up, Savory Corn? How you doing? Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So you're gonna be able to like pick your specialist. Well, we'll have to see how it all winds up playing out, because obviously like a map like Zetserbo, for example, where you need a map exclusive specialist weapon, and wonder weapon. So I'm not sure if it's gonna necessarily be like the river where they would like play a role in the Easter egg, if that makes sense. But there's, you know what I'm saying? They'll have to be, unless they don't make them weapons, and there's another thing we have to craft that aren't really weapons. But I would assume that they're specialist weapons. I'm not sure. What did they mean? Okay, so Evil Miss. So you were asking what a cipher was. What a cipher is like. Here, we'll go take a look at one if you want. We'll just go take a peek at one. We'll go play a map and I'll show you one, but I'll explain it as well. So what that is, a cipher is a message that they hide in the map. And basically they don't give us a code or tell us how to decrypt it, and we've got to figure that out. And so there's a lot of them that haven't been solved. One of the main ones that hasn't been solved is one that's on the load screen of Mob of the Dead. So they basically, what they were saying is that they're done. It seems like they're done with ciphers. They're not going to be putting any more ciphers into the. They're going to just have radios and stuff, and which kind of sucks because like that's how they hide like a good amount of the information. But I mean, I trust. I have faith. I have faith. The one at the flipper. Oh. Now we'll go play Shadows of Evil. We'll go do something on Shadows just fun. Why not? Oh, I love Treyarch too, Carly. They truly are legends. Here, we'll do like round 50 Shadows of Evil or something like that. We'll see how bored I get. We'll do at least like 30 rounds or so. Oh, let's see. Solo. Shadows. It's been a while since I played Shadows, I feel like. I will not use the Argus. If it comes up in the box squall, I'll pick it up real quick. But other than that, like, no. Oh, here, let me mute the desktop so that that fucking copyright shit. If we get the Argus out of the box, I will use it as well. But no, Carly, you're right. Treyarch's gonna kill it this year. They're gonna bring the heat, dude. Like they just let us know what the deal was. Like in Comic-Con is when, so if you guys remember last year at Comic-Con, we got the giant intro cutscene. So we'll more than likely get at least one intro cutscene for these maps. But I also have to wonder if what we've seen is already the intro cutscene as far as 9 and Voyage of Despair go. You know what I mean? But you know what they did give me, as someone who's a big fan of like the original story. Come on, skip this shit. Not letting me. Someone who's a big fan of their original story, like I'm hyped for their new one. Because I know that they wouldn't do it unless they could do it right. If you get the season pass for Black Ops 4, but you get the 4 exclusive Blackout character. I'm not, so if you get Black Ops 4, where you get the Blackout character, you have to get the battle pass, what is it, the Black Ops pass? Or some sheet? Some sheet like that?
Maybe I'll save this for later.
Some alchemical.
Stay back! I'm warning you.
And I'll go show Evil a cipher while we're chilling. I won't do it right now, though. Obviously, I can't. What's the Black Ops pass? So that's like their season pass, I guess. It's basically the same thing, right? I think they're just calling it that. But I almost imagine that they're gonna do a year 2 pass, because so with what the Black Ops pass is that like we get the classified map, which they've just told us today was the Pentagon or whatever. But I almost want to bet that'll have Victus in it. What was that shit?
Is everything
But so it comes with that, but it says it comes with 4 zombies experiences after that. So if there's 2 stories and only 4 maps coming out, like that would only mean 2 maps per story, and I don't think that Treyarch can tell anything that they want to in that amount of time. So I feel like we're gonna have another pass. You know what I mean?
Much left.
I didn't get it, did I? Motherfucker. Oh, I don't have a grenade. That's why the Widow's Wine makes that shit so easy. We're good. You heard one of the Blackout characters? Yeah, so ideal. Yeah, I think that they showed that on one of the. Oh yeah, summoning key toy. Did I get the summoning key or did I forget it? No, I got it.
Creepy.
Yeah, so they're supposed to be like the zombies characters in Blackout, which will be really cool. I kind of missed a couple of the things they were saying because my headset kept dying, but I think they were talking a little bit about what zombies and like the zombie stuff in Blackout when that chick had asked about it.
It has to be.
I don't really need to do all of this. I kind of do, actually. Pack a punch. If we're gonna... Not sure exactly if we're gonna play a full game. I at least want to show him a cipher. We'll go like 25 rounds or something, just chilling. Maybe a little more. I just wanted to show dude a cipher. But...
4 must be collected. Only then can we prevent the destruction of your world.
The only crews in BO4 were Ultimus, Premise, and the new one. Wait, so they confirmed that Ultimus is in the new game, Squall? Is that they confirmed that? That's when they were talking about the Pentagon, right? I need to go back and listen to that. That sounds like something that I missed. That's very important. Where's the zombie at? Oh, is he up here? Yeah.
You bear the mark. You were cursed. You must place your hand upon the stone.
This can't be happening.
That's what Blundell said. Dude, Ultimus is returning. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to exactly what he said. I know he said, he asked that's what Curry thought it was gonna be in, and then said something, but my mic had literally cut out right then. Be in the Blackout. I'm not sure. They're not confirmed to be the exclusive characters, but it would definitely make sense that that's the case. Buying it for Xbox because it comes out on Xbox. What? What are you talking about, Robert? I know, that's why I'm like, what's he talking about? Silly goose, Robert. You silly goose. I'll get it on both like I do every Call of Duty, Robert, but you gotta remember that, like, the DLC is not on Xbox. It's on PS4 first. Oh, dude, I missed the fucking badge. Ripperoonies.
You know, I felt kind of indestructible when I was.
That's why you always do that shit first and tap the thing. It's my mistake. Might be able to make it over here and zap something. Oh, well, I'm tripping. Oh, wrong way.
Down my spine every time that happens.
Squall, we made the meme, but we shouldn't keep, like, you know what I mean? Like, shouldn't, keep, like, referring to, like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be, like, that shouldn't be the example used as him, you know what I'm saying? If anything, use me, but I don't think, like, that we should get you shouldn't get comfortable, like, saying that. Alright, we got the badge. Let's see, do I, okay, let me hit a gobble gum. Oh yeah, I know. I said that like once though, you know, as like a quick meme, but I didn't like keep going on and like referencing him to being stoned every time I mentioned them. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm preventing from happening, or trying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that just to be like the thing, you know, that gets said about him over and over. I said it at the moment that it happened. Well, it's not even about saying it once. It's just like, that's not the reputation you should, you know, be giving someone over and over. Like, you know what I mean? It should be like, yeah, like, at the time or something, but that's not like what you should continue to talk about someone. If anything, refer to me as that. I don't care. Do that to me, but don't do that to somebody else. That's, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're like chill with them, unless you really know him, then that's cool. But I just don't feel like you're on that personal of a level to where he would appreciate you just, you know, referencing to him like that. Not you, Robert, talking to Squirrel.
Make hay while the sun shines.
Marco up.
For them, you'll be on your back.
Oh, Billy. Big old Billy coming at you, boy. Oh, well, he's not gonna die, eh? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, yeah, I'm dead right here. Yep. That's it. That's all she wrote. I didn't even get to show Homeboy the cipher, which is all we really came here to do. We came to show somebody a cipher, and I couldn't even get that done. That's pro. I don't know why I went into that corner. That was stupid. All good though. We came here. We didn't even. Yeah, we watched what we came to watch. That was lit though. We did get a bunch of cool. They were not fucking off today. But alright, dudes, we're gonna wrap up the stream. Squall, thank you for chilling. Robert, you said yeah. I see you, Robert. That's funny. I appreciate you guys hanging out and all that good stuff, brothers. Definitely, have a good day, dudes. Definitely have a good one. My brethren. Pop up. We won't do a raid, but pop up in, you know, someone else's stream. Or show someone else some love. Take it easy. Yeah. Yeah, have a good one, Robert. Yeah, no, I got wrecked by Mark. It was mainly like poor decision making on my. I knew as soon as I went in that corner, I was dead. As soon as I slid in there, I was like, yeah, that was dumb. You guys have a good one though. I'll see you guys later tonight for another stream. I just made wanted to stream that fucking the E3, obviously the zombie shit, which was awesome. We didn't get as much as I thought. We got like different information than I thought we were gonna get, but. You know, Comic-Con will be good. If you fell asleep but you were here, it's all good, dude. It's all good. It happens. You guys have a good one, brothers. Thank you for coming by and hanging. Is it seriously over? Yeah, Pixel, we just, well, yeah, it was like a 45-minute panel or so. We watched it, and then we, played like a couple minutes of Shadows of Evil and failed miserably. You have a good one, Pixel. Thank you for coming by, brother.